Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Department of Management Studies, Savida Engineering College, I'm very proud to welcome each and every one of you, academicians, students, research scholars across India, to this web series, Inside Out, on the final day today. Today, we have got a technical personality, a person with entrepreneurial bug. Although he is not an entrepreneur at present, he is a person who has got each minute of time, what should I do next? What should I do next? He is an entrepreneur. Very proud to introduce Gnana Sekaran to all of you. Mr. Gnana Sekaran is totally of technical personality. He has got 22 years of experience in working with various information and technology projects, out of which 12 years working with enterprise business application, that is ERP, CRM, and SPM. He managed the implementation and support of Sage X3 projects for customers in various regions of Australia, Middle East Asia, and Southeast Asia. His experience includes I&S, implementation of Sage X3 projects, techno-functional consultant for Sage CRM sales logics, is enhancement of supply chain management and development of automated trading application for electronic exchange, development of IVR solution, and development of help desk application, a personality full of technology. And you are a unique person to us, sir, because many of us here are not technical persons here. We are all management people. Okay, so we are very longing to listen to you. This year, we have introduced a specialization of business analytics for the first time in Savida. Okay, so our students are very eager to learn business analytics also. So at this juncture, we have brought you inside to Savida, okay, so that you can enlighten many of us here with little bit of technical knowledge and how this technical knowledge can make managers best and better managers. So it is over to you, sir. So we can take on this session, sir. Today's topic is on preview of business management system, ERP and CRM. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much for the introduction. And it was indeed a great introduction. Thank you very much for that. And welcome to this session. Good evening, to all the viewers and listeners and the faculty members and professors out there. And on top of it, good evening, boys and girls. I just want to give you a bit of a small introduction by myself. Doctor gave too much of things about me, but I just want to introduce myself as a very simple person.
So you tell about your, we all know Sage as a publication, but it is Sage, okay. ERP and CRM is a worldwide, I think it is the second in ERP and CRM solutions. And many of us does not know that also. Please enlighten all this also, but.
Sure, sir. Basically, Sage is a company. It's an accounting software system company, and they are based out of UK. In UK, if you go and ask anyone doing any sort of accounting system, if you talk about it, they know about Sage. So this product called Sage ERP X3, you can see very well here in my presentation. So that's sort of next to Oracle and SAP. So that I mean, it's if you say ERP, everyone says, okay, SAP. Yes, that's right. SAP is a very renowned system. X3 is next on to that. It works on to the middle level of companies, which is medium and large enterprise. We call them medium and large enterprise. So I'm there working for all these 12 years. We're implementing the software. And right now here in Australia, we are implementing open source ERP and CRM system called Doliber, and that's coming from France, and it is pretty much popular there in Europe. And so we are, we are running a company here in Australia doing the implementation for Doliber. So I think that's what I just want to give an introduction. So not to be worried too much, I understand that I'm speaking to business guys and then not on to any technical, but like I'm trying my level best to speak in your language to see like how the ERP and then the CRM systems, like these are the two important business management system. For that matter, any company you go, you will be seeing these systems running. So today's agenda is to give you a glimpse of saying that, oh, okay, what is ERP? What is CRM? What is it all about? It. That's all today we are going to talk about in probably another 1 hour and see how it goes. Yeah. So just want to just move on. Okay. What is this question? What is business? Yes, it's really a very silly question for people like you because you guys are doing master in business administration. Let's put it this way. It's a question for people like me, as a common man, who's like a question saying that, oh, what is business? Let's try to answer this because we are going to talk about a business management system. So let's go step by step. That's what generally I do. So what is business? Okay. If I buy something and then sell something, then I'm doing business. Yes. Sometimes I don't buy anything, but still I'll be doing some services for someone. Take an example, which is something like, a computer service engineer who comes to your house and then do some service when your computer is not working. Yes, that's also a business. Okay, now what next? Now I'm getting a little bit more enthusiastic. I'm buying something and I got some special skills. The skills can be anything. And whatever I bought, I did something with that particular item and then I made something else out of it. Now I'm selling the one which I newly made, so I'm selling that. So yes, I'm also doing business. Okay, then the business which we talked about earlier is called trading or services business. Yes, that's good. Now, what is the next one? The next one is manufacturing business. So everything is business, but that's trading and this is manufacturing. That's all what we are trying to say. Now, I'm going to give some simple examples of business in both the areas because we are going to talk in detail about the business management system. So I'll be keep referring some of the businesses for that so that it's easy for you guys to follow through. Okay. A grocery shop in the corner of the street. Yes, that's a business, but it's a small business. But then if the same thing, a retail chain outlet like Reliance Fresh, that sort of thing that's also the same sort of business, but it is done in a large scale. Okay, what could be other example? I guess everyone might have gone through all these, Amazon and all those sort of online shopping tools, and then you might be purchasing a lot of stuffs now, but there will be a trader behind it. Someone is buying those goods and then he's selling it to you, right? So that person who has got an account in Amazon and he's selling the stuff, his things online. So you are a customer, and then the person who is selling to you, he is running a business. So forget about all these things. I'm someone who is going and implementing software to different companies. I'm also doing business. Just that the difference between the first two is a trading business. I'm a service business because I'm not buying anything. The skill of what I have got, I'm just using that skill to do some service to other companies, which is implementing software. So I'm also doing business. Okay, now let's see who is this enthusiastic person who is doing something, has got a special skill. It's simple. A homemade pickle manufacturing company, which is nothing but like, there are a lot of small, a house where you got a large kitchen. Of course, you need to get all those, the permission from the relevant food department and things like that. Yes, I'm not denying that. So after getting all of them, they do some pickle manufacturing in their kitchen and then taking it to the market and then selling it to the outside grocery shop. That is a manufacturing business. But the same thing, if like MTR Foods and that sort of large scale it is happening, that's the same thing, but it is in a large scale, which is a food processing company. And the other examples, let's go a little bit more. A paint manufacturing company. So they are into manufacturing business. Okay, what is Boeing doing? They are also a manufacturing business. So these are all the examples we are just got it, and then we are going ahead and then talking much in detail about all these business, how the enterprise, how all these systems are going to help these people. So you might be wondering one question, why we are talking about a grocery shop when we talk about a business management system? Yes, there is a business management system, even if it's a small scale. Let me just explain when I come on to that particular area. Okay, that's another weird question, a silly question, you can say. Why we are getting all these questions? Sorry about that. Please hold on. We are just getting into a little bit more detailed about it. Let's get the basics sorted out. Why we do business? Simple answer. Everyone knows. Okay, it's just me asking myself. Okay, to make profit. That's good. To make profit. That's good. How I'll get the profit? It is a simple formula: sales minus cost. Okay, I'm selling something. So because I'm selling something, I get some money. But to sell that, I need to get that. So I have to buy that first. So that is cost. So it's a simple thing. So I buy 10 oranges at the cost of 5 rupees each. So my cost is 50 rupees. Now I'm going to somewhere, and then I'm selling that. Now I'm selling it for 8 rupees. So all my 10 oranges, whatever I bought, I sold it for 80. So my sales is 80, my cost is 50. So my profit is 30. So this is what my business is. So I made a profit of 30. Okay, then how all these things are going to be improved? So that's the next question. Why we do business? Because we want to make profit. So everyone want to get good profit. That's what is the main objective for each and every business. How can I get a good profit? The first thing, increased sales. In this whole example, I mean, in this equation, sales minus cost. If I increase my sales, yes, I'm going to get good profit. What is the other way of getting a good profit? The other way is minimizing the cost. So either of these two, if I do it, then my profit is going to go up. So that's all what we are going to see today. So the system which is going to help to increase the sales or minimizing the cost. That's what any business management system is going to do, especially the one which we are going to talk about today. So to give you a little bit of a brief idea, the first point, increasing the sales, CRM is going to take care. Minimizing the cost, ERP is going to take care. So that's what we are all coming on to that particular point. So now let's go a little bit more in detail about this one particular fact of increasing the sales and minimizing the cost. Okay, we already spoke about it, saying that that's what is a business management system is going to do. How? Okay, let's get a little bit technical, I guess. Not the technical, real technical, which I'm supposed to. I'm not writing a code here. I'm just trying to speak in your language. So that's what all I'm trying to do today. So any task, what we are doing, it has to be either effective and it has to be efficient. So that should be a goal. It's just not only the business we are talking about it. It is a generic thing. So if you can see here, we are talking about two things. One is efficiency. The other is effectiveness. So what is what? Doing things right is efficient. And doing right things is effective. It's a little bit a simple difference there. Doing right things. So when you're doing too many things, you need to do the right thing to get the good result. So that is effectiveness. And then whatever you're doing, you need to do it correctly. So that is what is efficient. So a little bit of tongue twister, probably if you can, rethink about it, so that will really work. So, like to give an example about it, the CRM system will make the business to run effectively by doing right things. What does it mean is, the CRM system will tell you, saying that, by the way, whatever you are doing is not right. You should be doing it a little bit different. Say, for example, you are selling to, take the example of that selling the orange, So all these days, I'm going and selling into a place where there are no people coming around. And then the CRM will be saying that, oh, by the way, the market which is very close there, if you go there and sell, then you will be able to make more profit, which is nothing but the sales will be increased, which means now you are buying 10 oranges and you are selling. But if you go there and sell, you will be able to sell 15 oranges. So that's what a CRM system is going to tell you. It's going to tell you how you can run the business effectively, saying that this is how you do the right, this is what you do it, this is what the task you need to do it in a right, this is the right thing, this is what you need to do it. Then what is ERP? Whatever you are doing, okay, you go there and do it. But then the ERP system will, what in that particular task, the ERP will say that, okay, by the way, to reduce the cost, because that's what the second point we spoke about, right? Reduce the cost. So whatever the resource you are having, make use of it in a best way. So you do have a lot of resources saying that, like, okay, instead of you go as one person, like if you can do it like in a different effective methods, you will be able to run the business efficiently, saying that whatever the resources you have got, say for example, efficiency is generally a term which is very, very it's a term which is used to get more output with less input. So ERP is a system to do that. Give less input, but you get a more output from there. That's what a ERP is going to do. Yeah. And so let's go and have a quick look on all these different business management components. CRM is going to have all these different modules there inside. And then ERP, this is where the ERP starts. It's going to talk about, like, how you can do the stock management, how you purchase, how you sell, how you manufacture. So these are all the components you'll be seeing in the ERP system. And at the end of it, all those information comes and sits in the finance system, which is nothing but giving you a balance sheet and P&L sort of thing. Don't worry too much about finance. The word finance comes in sometimes, because I'm not a finance person. So, but then, understanding the business needs a little bit of a finance side as well. So yes, ERP takes care of finance as well. So that's what is on a high level I just want to speak about. Now, let's go in a little bit more detail about mapping the process. Okay, that's the CRM side of things. So that's a bread and butter for you guys. And then that's, walk in the park, you can call it either way. So marketing and sales. So that's where any organization will start working on. So they will start working on the suspect, and then do a cold call, and then do some mailers. It can be on electronic format, or it can be a printed brochure, and then distribute it all over the place. That's nothing but that's the starting point of any business process. That's nothing but, like, that's what is the starting point, as I said. Yeah. Then from there, that moves on to the sales, which is a little bit finer. We are moving from a suspect or a lead to a prospect. So the marketing team will be just going and then explaining, they don't really worry about whether the person who's there on the other side is, I don't want to talk more about this because you guys are really, super on that particular topic. So that's, as I said, like, it's more of your topic. So, but then the sales is a little bit finer, which is like, the moment the other person on the other side is just going to respond back saying that, oh, by the way, you're talking about something which is a little bit really interesting for me. Can I get more information? The moment that particular stage it comes in, it moves from the marketing stage to the sales stage. So that's where you get an opportunity to sell something, and then you are going to give a demonstration, and then you're going to give a quotation to that particular prospect in the interest of making him as a customer for that particular for the business. Yeah. So that's what is from the marketing. It goes to the sales, and then from the sales of the CRM side of things, it goes on to the ERP system now. So that's where the integration is going to be. Some systems has got CRM inbuilt in the ERP, but then a specialized CRM will be giving those information to the ERP so that the ERP system will start work from there. So yes, the person with whom you are speaking about it is placing an order to you. Take an example. Let's now start taking the example of the trader who's registered in Amazon. So when you log into the Amazon system, and then you place the order. You take an example. Let's say you are going to buy a headset for yourself. So you logged into Amazon, and then you placed an order. So that's what is the starting point for the ERP. I'm just jumping onto a different context now, but then you can map it either way. If you are really on a different. Okay, let's take the other example which we have spoken about it, like a food processing company. So what we do is the food processing company, take the example like MTR and those sort of thing. MTR Foods, they give marketing. I'm sorry, I'm just picking up a specific brand name. Probably I'll start calling something different. But yeah, they do all the marketing in terms of like, do marketing campaigns and things like that. And then, they go and then start selling it to specific the supermarket chain and things like that. And then the moment a specific the supermarket is ordering to them, that's what is called placing the order. So the customer is placing the order to you, and then that's where the system, then we will be receiving that order, and then we will be processing the order. So which is nothing but we got an order saying that we want this much of goods, and then we process that order, and then that particular processing the order, if we don't have stock, then we will be producing it. So you can see that we will be going into the production. So we will be producing them. And if it is already available in the stock, then we will be just shipping them. Otherwise, we will be producing. And then while producing, you find that, oh, by the way, I don't have enough raw material for that. Say, for example, we will take the example of the pickle manufacturing. So we got an order for like 100 bottles of pickles. So when I process that order, then I find, oh, by the way, I don't have enough lemon for whatever the orders I got. So how much lemons I'm missing? So I will be going and purchasing the supplies, which is the raw material, which is nothing but the lemon. So I buy them, and then I continue doing my pickle manufacturing. And once I got the 100 bottles, which was asked for at the first place, so I'm going to ship that product, which is nothing but taking all those 100 bottles and going and delivering it to the customer, which is nothing but the shipping the product. Once I do all of them, then I'm going to send an invoice. Now don't worry about it. It's not a technical term. When you go and then buy something in the supermarket, at the end of you buy, you get a receipt, from the point of sale machine, you get a receipt. That's nothing but an invoice. So it's an invoice is a little bit technical. It's not that technical, but then I'm just saying. So that's what is the invoice. So the customer is going to pay out of that. I'm not drawn that finance side of things, but that's what is going to happen after that. So for that particular invoice, customer is going to pay you. So, and then there is another thing we'll see in detail. There's another slide where we are going to talk much in detail about it. So that's what is the ERP process. And then now coming back to CRM. Okay, now I sold it. Now I can, depends on the product. You will be, yes, we are not going to give any warranty for the pickle, but think about the aeroplane which we made. Yes, we need to give service, we need to give warranty. Okay, aeroplane is too much, right? So let's settle something in between, yeah, anything in between, you will be giving a warranty for that particular item, and then doing a support. So you will, when the customer gives you a call saying that, oh, okay, by the way, I bought this and it's not working, or I need to get it repaired. So all of these things will be managed in the service and the support module of CRM. So you can see very well here, these 4 areas is managed by CRM system, and that's ERP. To put it very simple, wherever the customer's touch points are there, and the system which is managing that is CRM, which is nothing but customer relationship management. ERP, enterprise resource planning. So whatever you want to plan it out inside your company, that's what is the ERP. Whatever outside the company, the touch points outside the company, that's CRM. To simply, generally, what they will say is, this is a front office system. The CRM is a front office system, and ERP is a back office system. So that's how people will call it. And the whole cycle is just not going to end like here. And there is one more last, which is cross-selling. The moment you start doing a good support for the customer, he's going to turn out to buy new things for you. So the more you do a good support, and that's how you are going to turn out your own customers as a prospect for another product for you. So now in this context, if you think about it, all those businesses which we spoke on the first slide is all going to follow. Just that whether it is through computer software or through by yourself. The shopkeeper there in the corner of your street, the grocery shop owner, he is also having all these all these process, but he doesn't have anything in terms of a computer system. The moment you go into the shop, the particular shopkeeper remembers you, and then he's greeting you with your name, and that is nothing but a support. So the next time when you go and then you are welcomed by your then you can think that he's practicing CRM without knowing that that is CRM. Okay, so when the same thing in a big company, there are so many customers there, so we can't keep thinking, I mean, remember all those names. So that's where we need the system. So IVRS, interactive voice response system, is a CRM system, which is nothing but when some customer is calling, and then you got the customer database in your system, and you know the customer's phone number. I mean, meaning the system knows this, the customer's phone number. And the system is getting the caller ID and then translating that into it. And then it picks up the name of the customer. And before they pick up the call, they know who is calling. That's what is a great customer service. We are getting it from all of these products. So that is nothing but a CRM system. And if the same thing, a small business owner is doing it with just his brain, that's all the difference. Still, that is a system. So yeah. So similarly, ERPs also works that way. So if the pickle manufacturer who's doing it in his home kitchen is not specifically following all these things, but still, even for that, he's doing it in a large scale. You can't do it manually. That's where the system comes in. That's where a ERP software comes in for a large enterprises. Moving on. Okay, customer relationship management overview. So customer relationship management system is taking care of the sales, marketing, and service system, and it is based on your customer. And then at the end of it, what we are going to get out of it. And each and every stage of your CRM process, the system analyzes the data, and it is going to give you report. The CRM system is going to give you reports, which is going to help you in taking informed decision, saying that, okay, by the way, the sales in that particular city is going low. So that is an analysis coming out of your sales data. So that's what a CRM system is going to provide you. And based on that, you take a decision saying that, oh, by the way, that graph is showing completely, so all those graphs which are, coming out of these business to analyze the business is coming out of CRM system. So that is making you take the correct step. That's what we spoke about initially, saying that CRM system make you to do the business effective, which will say that, okay, do that task, do this task, that is the correct task. So that's what is going to happen when you have a CRM system. So CRM analysis is going to make the business to run effectively, which is going to say, okay, do this one, do this task, do that task, don't do this, that sort of things are going to come out of CRM. Okay. Moving on, just to give you a good a high level of idea of what a marketing and sales system. I mean, this is an insight. We are now into the CRM, more detailed about the CRM. So there is a line there which talks about this whole cycle is from marketing module of a CRM. And once that crosses this line, it becomes a sales. So we have already spoken about it, but then just on a different view, doing a campaign and then generating the lead out of it, and then just spread it across to different lead managers and keep following up. And then the moment, if it's not qualified, saying that, okay, you call them. It's a cold call is a very good marketing stuff, which you guys might be knowing very well. I don't want to go much there in that area because, yeah. So qualified, if it is not qualified, you put that lead into junk and then move on. If it is qualified, which means, oh yeah, by the way, I'm interested on doing this. Yes, that's the place. Convert the lead to prospect. And then it moves out of the marketing department and moves on to the sales department by that time. And we start creating an opportunity. Okay, by the way, what do you want? You want this, what are the things you want from our product list? Okay, that's like for 100,000 rupees. That's what is this sales is about. That's called opportunity. So from there, the sales module of the CRM system is going to take care, collecting the company information, collecting the contact information, and then you follow up, going and giving the demonstration, and then you will be proposing the quotation. And then if the customer, the prospect, still it is not a customer, if the prospect is going to say yes, then that's what is the deal won. And if it's saying no, the quote, you lost the deal. So these are all the stuffs which will be managed in the CRM system. And then we spoke about, like, if you remember the first two blocks at the top, that's what marketing and sales. Once you finish off all your ERP side of things, once again, the customer service support, which is a CRM system, which is going to take care of the case management. Like when you call your call center, you will be having a ticket number given, or a case number, or a ticket number, which is nothing but that's a starting point. And it will store the knowledge base, which is something like all the call center people will have a knowledge base saying that, okay, I've attended a problem. That's what is the solution for that. So whatever the interaction I had will be saved in the system, so that the other guy, the next guy who's there on the call center, will be reading that information that will be helpful to solve his problem. So it could be a live chat, or it's a call center. We spoke about the IVRS some time back. That is all a customer service support module of a CRM system will do. And at the end of everything, analysis. Analysis is what is important, because all these data need to be analyzed, and it has to give meaningful information to the business to take informed decision at the right time. So that's what is the CRM system is going to do. Okay, guys, we are come on to a place where we talked about the CRM. Now we will be, so that I just put the same slide there. We have spoken about this area. We are going to go on to the ERP, which is a little bit more of a little detailed one. I like to see if I've got some questions to be answered. Sir, do you have any questions there, or can I go ahead and then continue the ERP?
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, probably we will get that, like as the end of it, like we will take it. That's fine. Sorry. Let's move on to the next one, which is the ERP side of things. Okay, today what we are going to cover in the ERP side is we are going to talk a little bit about the ERP, and then not going much in detail on the manufacturing modes. Not sure about the time. Let's see how we are going about with that. And then the more important thing is, what is the return on investment by implementing an ERP? That's what we are going to see. And yeah, so that for the next probably a half an hour, we will just quickly speak about how ERP system is going to benefit an organization. Yeah. Okay, what is ERP? It's an acronym. Yeah, that may be right. Or it's a really big piece of software. That may be right as well. It's too complicated for someone to understand. No, that's not. No, not at all. So that's what we want to have it. Yes, it's a big piece of software. We will try to see how it is easy to do it. Yeah. Okay. Just to give an example, I mean, like a definition for ERP. ERP is nothing but it is optimizing the flow of information, material, and cash. Right now, probably not able to try to get the same thing. We will revisit the same slide after 10, 15, not 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Let me try to put it that way. And then we will see the same slide. And then you guys will be able to answer, I mean, say, yes, that's what it is. Let's try to get this answer in the following slides. Okay, already we started speaking a little bit about a business. And then if you say that all these things we spoke about is something we really, do in the day, I mean, not in doing in the day-to-day life, at least we see in the day-to-day life. That's what is the understanding you guys have got, then you know already a lot about the ERP. Let's go in detail. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Oh, that's too much of information in one slide. Don't be worried too much. Let me just try to dissect that and then give you a little bit of easy analysis of how to read the screen. First of all, this screen is made up of three areas. Let's put it that way. I guess this is called purple. Okay, that's a little bit of problem always I have. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's the purple color. I got it verified before starting the session with my son. Yeah, that's purple color. And purple color is a block. And the orange, no, that's a yellow color, whatever it is. So that's the next block. And then we want to talk about a little bit about the blue color. And then in fact, there are 4 sections. This is a green color. Like if you dissect that way, it's easy to now go and then see things. So it is very clear. We have got something here as called suppliers and a customer. So any business, whatever it is, any business, you will be seeing some supplier information, some customer information. So you buy something, if we said that right at the start of the session, you buy something and then you sell you sell that same thing, or you buy something and then you make something out of it and then you sell that. So that's all it is. So this is buying and this is selling. And if required, you may need to convert that. But in trading business, this middle part of it, which is this blue color stuff, will not be there. Whatever you buy, you sell that. And then all these information at the end of the day, it goes to finance. Finance is all about it. So don't worry about it like, oh, I'm not able to get the finance bit, but like, yeah, it's not that like complicated. Like, believe me, it's like only that, the 11th standard accounts book, that's all it is. So that's all I've got it. When I started like, oh, okay, I need to do ERP. By the way, I'm a civil engineer. Okay. So I have to do ERP. Oh, what should I do? Okay, that's finance is going to come in. I don't even know anything simple. No, that's very simple. Profit equal to sales minus cost. That's all it is. So what I need to do extra, I need to learn a little bit of finance accounting, which is nothing but the 11th standard book. That's all I did. So as simple as that. So you just know that small bit, and this whole thing, whether it is like a 100, I mean it's a grocery shop to manage it, or you want to manage the whole multi-million dollar company, still profit equal to sales minus cost. That's it. Okay, so just get that one. And then so it's all going to be the supplier, which is you speak to the supplier and then buy the goods. So when you do buy the goods, you need to send some documents, which is nothing but a purchase order, and that the supplier is going to give you the stock. I mean, he's going to send the goods to you, and then that's what is the material receipt, and it comes and sits in the inventory, which is nothing but your warehouse. Take the example of that Amazon scenario. I can put it. I mean, I can use that scenario to explain this process. So I'm a person who's got an account in Amazon. So I'm going to sell something to you guys. I mean through Amazon. So you are a customer. So you are coming into the Amazon system, and then you are placing a sales order to me. You are whatever you say that I'm. Whatever the items you are picking up, and then you are putting through an order, that comes as a sales order in my system. And then based on that, I will be raising a purchase order to someone where I'm buying, all these Amazon guys, they don't, they get it from somewhere, from the wholesaler or something like that. So they place an order to that wholesaler, and then that wholesaler is going to send that goods. That goes into the inventory. Inventory is nothing but Amazon has got a dedicated space for me. So all my goods are going to come and sit in the warehouse, Amazon warehouse. And that's where all those orders, which are coming from the customers like you guys, you log in online, and then you place the order. That's going to come and get the stocks picked from here, and that's what is sent out. So the system, the ERP system, is going to monitor all these incoming and outgoing and manage the inventory, which is how much of stock you got. It's not one product I'm talking about. I might be having like, that depends on the scale of business I'm doing. I might be having 100 items managing, or like I could be 10 items. So the system will be managing the stock for all those 100 items. That's nothing but an ERP system. And the system is going to tell me what is the best way. I mean, what is the best way I can do the business efficiently. So that's what is the idea of the ERP. I've used a word effective in CRM. I'm using a word efficiency here in ERP. So the efficiency is what is going to be achieved from the ERP. So that's what we will be seeing in a couple of slides after this. But this is the high level flow in a ERP system. The supplier will send the goods, and that goes in, and that's what you'll be delivering. And then you will be getting an invoice from your supplier. You buy the goods from the supplier. Supplier is going to ask for money. So that's what is this payment. You pay the supplier. And similarly, because you are, so that will be obvious, right? When you get that you might have come across a lot of times now, I guess. You guys are ordering so many things from Amazon, and then the goods comes in. There will be something called an invoice at the top of it, or even, oh, by the way, invoice will come in through email to you even before you get the goods. So that's what is your customer invoice. Only difference in Amazon case is only after you do the payment, the whole shipment comes in. The payment box comes after the ordering. So that's what is the customer invoice. So comes after the ordering. So that's the we'll be having a credit terms with the business, saying that you need to you can pay after 30 days or something like that. So that's what is the credit terms. So the payment will be done after that. So this is a high level idea of any ERP system. Yeah, there might be additional modules here and there, but then on a high level idea, that's what an ERP system is going to do. Yeah, let's move on. Yep. So it's a little bit information about the challenge in the manufacturing. That's all taken care by a ERP system. And yeah, a little bit more information saying that how that's what is the heart of a ERP system. It will be having a MRP process, which is nothing but material requirement planning, which will take all the requirements and what are the resources. Basically, it will suggest saying that, okay, how much you need to order, as simple as that. So I've got so much of orders coming from the customer. I got some stock here. So how much I need to order to the supplier and on what date. So all those information is managed in MRP. So that's what an ERP system is going to do for us. Yep. Okay. So now, if you remember, this is what we were talking about information, material, and cash. That's what is managed. So now let's go and speak about that. So a sales order, which is coming from the supplier, and that goes, if you can see behind, the sales order coming in, and that's what you will be ordering it from your suppliers. So that's the information which is managed in the system. Then materials. So supplier is sending the goods and it comes onto your warehouse and you are sending that to customer. So that is material is that management is managed in ERP. The next, cash. So customer is paying you so that I got the money. Now I have to pay the supplier. So I have to pay the supplier. So cash is coming inside and then it goes out to the supplier as well. So it's very simple. This cash coming in should be more. That's what is the sales. And then the cash going out should be less. See, I told on a high level, that's not only the business. There will be a lot of other costs. It's not only the supplier. What you pay to the supplier is the cost. To run a business, there are a lot of costs associated with that. So the cost, the money, what you pay the supplier plus additional cost. Simple thing. If I'm going to sell something in a market, I'm going, taking my truck and then putting that and then going. So to commute to that place, whatever the expense, I have to fill the fuel. So that is a cost to the business. So that's cost is a separate topic. We can speak a lot about it. So, but that's what is the high level idea. Add all the cost and then whatever you sold minus that, that's what is the profit. Yep. So moving on now, that's what we spoke about it. Information, materials, and cash. Manage these things in an ERP. Yeah. So it optimizes. It's not just managing, it optimizes, saying that, okay, if you should have done this way, that could be better. That sort of thing ERP is going to do. Okay. So there are a little bit of an inventory strategies we can, the system is going to do. I'm just a little bit running through that. Like there are make to stock option, configure to order. So yeah, these are all different options available. Then the system will tell what is best for the business, and there are, yeah. So the MRP will plan out and then it will give you suggestions. And okay, now let's come on to the important aspect of the ERP, return on investment. Okay, I have done this ERP implementation. Yes, what I'm going to get out of it. Yeah. What you're going to get out of it. Now in this same slide, there are 3 places where the whole business will have something to manage. These are the 3 places. One is purchase order, whatever you are sending to the supplier, if you manage it in the right way, then that's a place where you can get your return on investment. And the next one is the inventory. So the stock, what you are holding in your warehouse. So that's another thing which we need to manage in a better way. Then the last one is the accounts receivable. So we are not talking about Amazon case, because Amazon, you pay, then only you will get the stock. This is for the business where, large businesses, they don't get they won't get paid immediately. There'll be a credit terms, as I said, like 30 days, end of month, or 60 days, sometimes 90 days sort of thing. So you need to manage that particular part of the business as well. Otherwise, that's going to go really bad for the business. So these are the three areas which need to be taken care. So the first one, the first ROI, control the purchasing spend. So the purchase orders which you are sending to the supplier, so you need to be on top of it. So when you are having control on it, then, so just by finding out the right supplier, okay, you got like 5 people supplying the same thing. So saying that, okay, that supplier is good, but his price is a little bit expensive. The other supplier is a little bit less, but his lead time is more. So those sort of analysis the ERP will do. And then, so that's the one place ERP is going to help you in finding out the right supplier to order at the right time. And so, yeah, that's the question. So, but that's fine. The next one is the second ROI, controlling the inventory. So what you hold as stock, the more you hold the stock and that becomes a dead stock, and then you spend money on it to hold that. So that's going to affect your business. But the moment you start ordering less, and then take the case of Amazon, people come onto your site, onto Amazon, and then, oh, the stock is not there. Can you place the order, which will be delivering it like 2 weeks? They won't buy it because there is someone else is going to send it in 2 days. So that's what is it. So, but that's what it's managing the inventory it's really a tricky thing. You should not be carrying too much, and at the same time, you should not be carrying too less as well. You should have the optimized amount of inventory, so that it will be so that's what is an ERP is going to get you good balance on it. The last one, accounts receivable. Yes, if I'm not following up my customer and get paid on time, I'll be running out of money and I'll become bankrupt. So I need to be on top of my accounts receivable, and that's what an ERP is going to get you onto track, saying that. So if it is 30 days, okay, I start sending mailers, and then the system is going to give me alerts. Okay, go and collect money from there. So yeah, so that's going to be happening. And then the last point out of all these three, last point is process break. There should be a continuity in the whole process. So from the purchase order material, so there should not be any blocks in between. Having an ERP, all these blocks will be released, and then the system will have a holistic information about the whole business, and it will alert the right people at the right time. Yeah. So now, so these are all the 4 points where the return on investment is going to be achieved from ERP, which will make the business to run efficiently. So with the less effort, you'll get more output by implementing an ERP. Yeah. Okay, what else? This is not ERP. I just don't want to go there. There are a lot of there are so many oranges there. So these are all additional modules which can be on top of a ERP. Yeah. Okay, I'm just putting back the first slide, which I was trying to do, which is yes, CRM will make you to do the right thing, and ERP will make you to do that right things in the right way. Okay, so that's all I want to speak today. And the slides which I've taken has got the credits to go with this particular YouTube channel. So now over to you guys. I'm ready to take the questions now.
Yes, sir, there are questions on the chat box. Can I share with you, sir?
I'm trying to pick up the question there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, can you, sorry, which one is the first one?
Yeah, I will moderate to you, sir. License of career to take in SAP. How do you guide our students?
License, sorry, what is the license?
A career, leave that, sir. Career to take in SAP.
Yeah, SAP is the number one ERP system, we can say. In SAP there are a lot of what I say, like for there is A1 and B1 sort of thing.
Sir,
SAP,
the career, say if a students take up the career in
yeah,
ERP, okay, as
yeah.
you say, what is, please guide the students of MBA to take up ERP as a career, because it might be the job perspective, or it's ever green field, something like that. You can
Yes, yes, there is no question about it. ERP is something like, will be there till there is business, as simple as that. So we have spoken about all these like last 1 hour. So what we have seen there is like ERP is nothing but like managing the business. So if you have to manage the business, ERP need to be there. That's ever it's going to be there. So there is nothing, nothing. It's not something like, oh, okay, fine, like let's start doing Java sometime, and then all of a sudden, oh, there is no scope for Java anymore. No, this is not that way. So ERP is ERP, and it will be there for till it might just evolve as the technology progress, like there will be more advanced coming in, but then the concept of ERP will be still there. So that's a good option to take it up as a career.
Okay, so anyone say they are into a specialization, specialized into marketing, or the HR guys, or finance guys? Any specialization is not a problem, sir.
Specializations, yeah, okay. So in that's a question there in SAP actually, because SAP is a very big system. They do have specialization in each modules. Like when we see the whole chart, even in our session, there is like a S&D module, which is a sales and distribution module, finance module. That there are some specialization. So depends on your interest. You can just get on to whatever it is interest for you. There is no as such like, oh, okay, that module is good, this module, there is no such thing. ERP is ERP. But then when you come on to a products that tier 2 products, okay, the SAP is a tier 1 product. When you come on to the tier 2 product, like, Sage X3, not that much of specialization as such, saying that, oh, I'm a Sage X3 consultant. Having said that, there are some people saying I'm a specialized finance consultant, okay? But then if you ask me, then I'm specialized to do all of the modules, because like probably it takes some time to say that, okay, I'm good in doing this, let me jump onto that. Okay, now I can do end-to-end implementation, that sort of thing. So, but to start with, you can jump onto any of the module which is something interesting for you. So pick up the one which is interesting, so that, because when you start, you need to really get it interesting, and then that drives you to learn more, so that like you get the other modules as well, and that will go good. So there is no as such saying that, okay, S&D module, FICO module. No, there is no such thing. Whatever is interest for you, yeah, you're good in doing finance, take the FICO module, finance module. You're good in the sales and distribution side of things. If you are interested in managing the sales and distribution, yeah, just get the S&D module. Yeah.
Okay. So is that my next question is, should students possess compulsorily a technical knowledge or an engineering background to start with your ERP, sir?
That's a very good question, actually. I think it's a little bit answered even in my session. I'm a civil engineer. That is nothing to do with finance, but now I'm doing a finance implementation. I'm a finance, I mean, not only finance, I'm an end-to-end person, but like finance consultant. Now I can do a very well of finance consultancy for here in Australia. Nothing stops you. All I said is I need to learn the 11th standard accountancy book. That's it. So all I have to do is that's it. Like it's not so simple. So it's so easy, right? Or just spend like, if you're really interested, just take the 11th standard. But that's all you need, really. I really serious about it. You don't need anything more than that. 11th standard accountancy book. I don't know now the syllabus has changed or not, but like whatever I got, like even I'm training guys there. So what I give them is 11th standard accountancy book. That as simple as that. You don't need anything. All you need is get the business understanding. How business work. You will get there. It's like common sense. So you just get common sense. That's more than enough. Nothing else. Everyone is meant to do anything. As simple as that.
And need to know any technology, sir, like this package.
Yeah. Okay. There are two things. One is functional consultant. The other is technical consultant.
Okay.
Functional consultant or people, whatever I spoke today, there is not even a single technical things there. It's a,
Yes.
I prepared the session for a functional consultant. So, but there
Okay.
is a technical consultants who sit there and then modify the program. So I'm talking about the career option as a business analyst. So you go and sit with the customer and take the requirement, and then you should know the system, what the system is good in about it, and then you need to say, oh, okay, that's how you do this process in your business. Okay, I'll take a requirement, so I'll go and then configure it in the system. And for this, you don't need any computer technology, nothing. Pure business. All you need to know is how business works, how a little bit of an idea of how system works. So you need to know as an end user first. So if I go to a company and then if they have implemented SAP, so if you have worked on that as an end user, that will give you a good idea. So even if you want to start as a functional consultant, it's nothing wrong. Go and work in a place where where there is a big ERP system is running, like SAP or something, so that you will know how that ERP system works as such. I've just spoken like 40, not even 40 minutes, 30 minutes. So when you start hands-on working on it, you'll get it. Then after that, straight away, you become a functional consultant, which is nothing but business analyst sort of thing. And the technical is just that other, it is completely a different ball game. It's like, you go and give the requirement to the technical guy saying that, by the way, the business is asking for this. I know that our system can do only this much, but they want to do this much. So then they will be modifying the program to a different for the specific requirement. That's completely technical, and you not necessarily need to be a technical consultant. But having said that, see, I'm a person who started as a technical consultant, then moved on functional. So that's really a great strength actually I got, which I know how to do the technical side of the things. Then I just moved on to, so, but to start with one thing. But like for you guys as a MBA guys, you start as a functional, and that's more than enough. Like, I mean, in the sense, like, I'm not saying that you should not go to technical, but like, if you are interested as a system person, you can get some technology behind it and you can work as a, so it's not necessarily you need to be technical.
There's a myth also, sir. Say to learn SAP or ERP, the cost part of it, the price part of it is too high.
That's true.
That's true, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what, like, that's what I said. There is A1 and B1. B1 is for the medium enterprises. That's not that costly. But okay, generally people don't realize that, like when they say SAP, they always refer A1. And that is for, to put it simple, the slides which I've shown you on the ERP is from SAP. I mean, that's a YouTube presentation there and SAP, that's what. So it's on a high level, that's all it is. But then, because it's for the high enterprise, I mean, large enterprises, so the cost is also more because they will involve a lot of functional consultants in each of the area, and there will be technical consultants. So the cost just goes up.
What about Sage X3, sir, for products?
We are into tier 2. It is, as far as like outside, I mean, India there is not that much of Sage X3 implementations. It is good in Europe and in US, and Europe and US are the main market. UK has got a lot of implementation. Of course, Australia has got like, we have been here in like last 10 years, but yes, there are some implementation there. We are into middle and large and medium and large enterprise, not the whole full-fledged of large enterprise. So accordingly, the cost is pretty much in the medium range. So, okay. Yeah.
So there's a question. How, when a new business comes, how implementing ERP and CRM to be explained, whether CRM first or ERP second?
Okay, that's also an interesting question. Okay, so if you are, that depends on what nature of business you are doing. If the business is, CRM is something you can't avoid. CRM is something like, you need to start speaking to your customers, So there is no business without customer. So the moment we start speaking about customer, either you write it in a notepad, or then you start moving into an Excel file. So you start recording your customers in Excel file, then you started a little bit of a CRM there, but then it becomes overwhelming at one point of time. Then you have to go to CRM. But then ERP is something like, you can manage to a little bit of an extent, but then depends on the nature of business. If your business is more of like a manufacturing, say if you've got a manufacturing sort of thing, invariably you may need to get a ERP at a much quicker pace. You can't manage all your bill of material. I'm taking a little bit technical terms there. Yeah, those sort of thing, yeah, your pickle big business is growing and growing. Then you will be end up saying, you go into the kitchen and then you find out, oh, hang on, I don't have lemon to make pickle. So that sort of situation comes in quite quickly. But then if you just buy and sell, like an Amazon sort of guy, so for him, like it's not that much of ERP requirement is there. So it's all about like, yeah, for services companies, like I'm just doing a service. I'm not buying anything as such. I'm just going and implementing something. So for me, ERP is like, oh, sort of, yes, okay, I need to send a sales invoice, which I can manage to send it through Microsoft Office as well. So to answer this question, everyone needs CRM. ERP depends on the business and the volume of the business.
Okay. Next, there are a lot of modules, as you said, in ERP.
Yep.
And is it enough to learn only one module, or need to be learn more modules?
To start with, it's enough if you just jump onto one module, be specialized on it. That is for, I'm talking about SAP-like products. But if you get to an opportunity to work on a medium size of product, something like, there are a lot of medium Infor. Infor is one. I'm not sure about in India what are the things are there, but like I can send you some information about it. But like there are a lot of products which are targeting the medium. By the way, in India there are a lot of homemade ERP system as such. So to start with, even if you can work as, it's more of like the title, business analyst. Go and get the requirement of, that sort of thing. It can be of any module, but if you are targeting especially on SAP, it's enough if you start with one module. But all the other medium-sized pack systems, like you will end up doing sort of a wide range of things. It will not be a specialized one. For the medium range products, you will be just going and doing the whole end-to-end sort of thing. So that's how you will end up doing.
Okay. What is information silo? There's a question that is being asked. Information silo, SILO.
Silos, information silos. So it is like you got all those different information from. It's not a very specific question as such, but like if I'm trying to understand what it is like silos is nothing but like you get all information in different areas, but then you convey them. I mean, like you converge them and then try to get some analysis out of it. So it's a very high level question actually. It's just a term basically. Yeah, it's all information all over the place, and then you just try to yeah.
Next is how Doliver is effective compared to system we use in our country.
Oh, that's very good. Doliver is open source ERP. That's the concept of open source itself is something a little bit like tricky for our Asian side of things. That's good in Europe, like people accept that. But then when we say open source, we generally have a feel that, oh, well, is it really? I mean, open source, when you say, to put it in a simple term, it's free. Okay. As we said, like, okay, SAP is charging this much and you're saying the same thing as free. Yes, you heard it right. It is free. But then, the system may not be that much of things what SAP is doing. But for the medium-sized companies, it's easy. It's easy that But the thing is, once again, that system license is free, but not the implementation. So something like us, I mean, like we implement Doliver means you will get the software free, but then the implementation, which is like go and get the requirement of the company and then modify it, that's something our implementation costs for people like us, the time we work on it, which is, see, the same thing we will be charged. SAP also will be charging. There will be two component in SAP implementation. One is the license cost. The other is the implementation cost, which is the services cost. Generally, that will be twice or thrice more than the license cost. So if it is 100 rupees for the software, then 300 rupees for implementing it, which is the services charge, like 400 rupees then. But then here, the license is zero, but then the implementation charges will be there, which is not that expensive like that. The implementation charges are, depends on what system it is. If it's a simple system, the charges will be less. So so only you will be paying only that implementation charges for that. But still, Doliver is a good proportion for medium level companies.
Why it's not, as you said, open source, why it is not getting popularized in India, sir?
We are now getting into it. Now we are, it is, it's sort of a mindset we can say, but like, we are used to that, saying that, oh, getting something free is not going to be good. That's what, I'm not like, not saying generic, but then we are now looking on all these open source systems. See, it is simple. Why Linux is good, but why we are all getting only Windows in our machine? Yes, it is a little bit like technical. You need like a technical expert sometimes. Yes, so those systems have all evolved on along. So you say ERP, immediately SAP comes in the mind. But like, it will take its own time. But people who really understands the technology and things like that. So you speak someone who's really technical. Oh yeah, I'm using Linux in my laptop. But that takes time. That will take time. And then so that's the same thing goes in ERP as well. Yes, in Europe, yes, there are a lot of Linux laptops, and that's the reason they have got they know. They accept open source system. But for us, it will take time. But like, sure, it's on the way.
So the next question is: are there risks associated with ERP system?
No, the risks are going to get mitigated by implementing a ERP system. But I'll read that question in a little bit different way.
Okay.
There is a question we can say that, there are a lot of more than the success story, the disaster stories are more in ERP. So yes, there are two sides of things there. The first is choosing the right product and choosing the right implementation partner. So either of this thing goes wrong, then that investment, whatever we are going to do it on an ERP will go south. Saying that if a system, I'm not talking about SAP in this case, because SAP is good in all the side of things, So we choose a software which is good in doing one side of business. Say it's a manufacturing specialized ERP. And then you're a trading company, and then you start buying that manufacturing specialized ERP, then yes, that's the first thing which we are doing wrong. And then the second thing is the company with whom you are going to implement. Okay, though the implementer need to be good in understanding your business. They might be doing very good implementation in a different industry. So we call it as domains, a telecom industry, they might have been super good. And you are running FMCG. So then you should be choosing a partner who has done implementation in your business area. Not to, so not only the product, even the implement, so they can understand what you are talking about it. If you give a requirement, they should be understanding it. And if they are doing, that's where it may go wrong. So choosing the right product and choosing the right implementer. So sometimes what will happen is even for the reasons for the economical reason, you might be choosing a product which is a little bit cheaper, but then you get a right partner, there is a quite good possibility that you will come good out of it. So because I don't want to say that because I'm an implementer, I want to say that even not a bad product, even a not so good fit product, a good implementer can come and make the implementation as a good one. But it could be the other way around as well. You get SAP and then you implement with someone, so I don't want to say that because like I'm doing that business. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Next question is, how long the vendor has to stuck to the company for debugging?
Sorry, I think I missed the question. Sorry, can I get the question once again, sir?
How long the vendor has to stuck to the company for debugging?
Debugging, I'm not really exactly getting that question. Probably stuck to the vendor, meaning like, see, if I try to rephrase that question, which can give an answer sort of thing. So if you buy something like, if you buy, say, SAP, there is no such thing like, as long as it goes good for you, you can just stay there. It is up to us to decide, saying that sometimes what will happen is you choose a product in which they don't do a proper upgrade. Say, for example, earlier it used to be client server system, which is like you install something in your local machine and then you work from. But now what happened is everything has become cloud. Everything runs in the browser. If the company what you have bought, I mean, if the software what you have bought, they are not upgrading to the current technology, now everything is mobile. So the minimum ERP functions which need to be on mobile need to be there. So if that particular functionality is not provided by your provider, by your vendor, okay, the ERP vendor, then you are pushed to go out of it. It's not that, I mean, that depends license as well. Okay, there are a lot of things coming out of it. See, that depends. As nowadays the license is not you can buy license in a monthly fashion as well. You pay as you go. Even ERP as well. You pay for 1 month and then the next month you pay. That sort of license is there. If your license is for a yearly, then next year, if you want to move on, then you can move on. So that I'm just a little bit tweaked that question, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right, sir. You're right, sir. Yes, sir. I think that's all the questions that we have got.
Yeah.
So it is a pleasure.
Yeah, I can take. Sorry, if you can. Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, like, yeah, another 5-10 minutes. I mean, like, if there are a few questions comes in, like, probably.
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
okay?
We can wait, sir.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I mean, if you really got some questions, I can go for some more time there.
Sir, if you got some questions, I will mail it to you so that you can answer us to us back as also, because your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, your time is now. It's night now for you to. It's
that's
time.
Fine. No, I'm just checking that actually. That's fine. It's not. It's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah.
So really,
that's the reason I choose Friday, so that I can do it relaxed. Tomorrow is a weekend.
Oh, great, sir. Anyway, thank you so much, sir. It was really so simple to understand, and I feel like studying. Can I take up a module in ERP and study? That's what you made me to think. I'm sure young kids, okay, my students, okay, will be very eager to take up their career in ERP. Learn from what you have said, okay, and it's a real learning, sir. And we are really. Yes, we are really thankful to you to make us understand what ERP is, and you made us to say it is your functionality. Don't worry, man. Or what is there? What is there in technology? You need not go into that. You take up your module. Say you said you are a civil engineer, but see now I am talking on financial terms, and you said learning just 11th and 12th standard accountancy. That's enough for you to take up your career in ERP financial model. So it was really so simple that you made us to understand. That's what is the, I think, your entrepreneurial bug that you got in you. Okay, so you made us to really understand. That's what Gnani. Okay, thank you so much, sir. And
thank you.
We are on the final day. A little bit of a word of thanks like thing. Okay, we started on 29th. We had Sira Subramanian sir as Chief Knowledge Officer, Qs in Technology on rebooting sales on post-COVID. And then we had on 30th, Ashish Jain, okay, CEO, JSS Business Incubator, talking on exciting entrepreneurship. On 1st 7/2020, we had Mitch Rosen and Dr. Imar Dias joining from California, talking on 10 factors transforming global higher education. And yesterday we had Pradeep K. Venkata, CEO, Mark Arc Inspired, and Director of Flextronics on project management. And today it's user. So we are really delighted. And this is a 5-day program, a web series on a dinner edition. And we are really thankful to Savida Management, okay, Savida Engineering College Management, for letting us to go like this, to make children get inspired and make faculty to learn on this lockdown period. Okay, so we are really thankful to the management, and we are very thankful to all academicians and students who have taken part of this. And there is another next series that we are going to launch very soon. And there is an assessment that you need to take up at the end of the session. I think I've shared the link to you already, and you will get the link in your WhatsApp group also. And in another 15 minutes, the link will close. Okay, so that's all from me today. And thank you. And Savida Engineering College Department Management Studies gives you, with a lot of gratitude, a very big thanks to all participants who participated in web series Inside Out. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.